All right, testing, 1, 2, testing 1, 2. All right, testing, 1, 2, testing 1, 2. All right. Let me just no, that's not gonna work. I think that's better. All right. I apologize. My whole PC ran a software issue, and yeah, I had to reset my whole machine. So I'd re-download everything. My stream's probably all messed up right now. Yeah, I literally had to start from scratch again. I'm here though. I missed the whole morning move. I couldn't even jump on. This would have been a long. You just break out the top. Right here, you would have seen as climbing. You could have gone long right around here. Your stop would have been, or you could have even gone long right around here. Honestly, that's where I would have gone long. And your stop would have been last aggressive sell. You could have gone 2 to 1. Or you could have gone up 2,700. That's where I would have targeted. That was a great move. Yeah. So we're back at it. Now we're in consolidation. There really is no valid trade setup. We have to wait for all this. We'll just have to wait and see whether this breaks and pulls further down or pulls into this low volume node right here, which I have marked out. Yeah. Just go to the 5-minute chart because I just want to check something out. Because we're a complete consolidation range. Yeah. So yesterday you would have marked out, okay, this is consolidation range. What happened was we broke out in the morning. It would have been an easy long. Unfortunately, that's how it is. Sometimes your computer messes up and you miss the day, or a good portion of the day. Not saying the day's done. We still have plenty of time. I just know the best moves are completely done for the most part, unless some news comes out of the way. But you can see here, seller try to sell, failed, buy. Then you had this explosion. You could even gone long here and just wrote it up, even if you wanted to wait a little longer for the complete closure. Yeah, this is kind of shitty that I missed the morning, but it is what it is. So low volume node we mark out. Compression zone we're in right now, so we're in consolidation. It's price is consolidating, which necessarily doesn't mean that something's not happening. It just means they found fair value here, and there could be another breakout move, whether it's to the upside, whether it's to the downside. We'll have to wait and see the confirmation above here, which we'll probably get here in the next 15 minutes, 10 minutes. Yeah, so damn, would have been a great day. Would have been at least $1,500 to $1,800. And they always, banks and institutions, hedge funds, they always try to go for whole numbers. So we look at 27,000 up here. Since we're right here, we're only 100 points away. Like, they're gonna buy all the way up to these whole numbers. And the reason being is because they like whole numbers. It's what they place their bets on a lot of times. Let me get my headphones real quick. I gotta get Discord too. I even have Discord. I don't think I. Nope. Gotta get Discord app. Gotta download it again. Download for Windows. I've been having to set up all this. What's up, Zara? Yeah, it was the best one by the day. If you would have caught that, we would have been done for the day. I would have called it at that point and said, great day, caught the best move. Fantastic. Hopefully you did catch that. That was solid. You would have had a small risk, $400 for that breakout, $300-400, maybe 500 if you really wanted to give yourself some cushion. All right, let me just do this so I can log in. Got to go to here. Let me add an image. Okay, browse. I think I have something in here that I can use for pictures. No. It's not 210. These are all my screenshots. Let me see. Okay, I'm not sure. So I'll do that later. Let me just turn off the display capture real quick. I apologize. Let me see if this. Actually, I could scan them with QR code. Yeah, this was easily fantastic. It was a good day. All right, should log in now. All right, I'm in. I forget how easy that is. Let me make sure my input. We'll go here. And we'll go here. All right, let me get my headset. Then we're back in. We're starting to get aggressive sells. this breaks this value low, you can probably go short, and the POC is down here. It could even come back to balance again. So we'll just wait, see how this closes. Let me get my headset real quick. Hear me, Dad? Can you hear me, Dad? Hello? Oh. Can you hear me now? Hey, Dad? Can you hear me? Hello, hello. All right. I kind of want to change the colors of the bubbles. They're a little bit confusing. The purple and the... Let's go here. Let's go here. The green, the purple, we'll just do red. That's a little bit easier to see with purple, the purple candles. I found it hard to see the other ones. I need a second monitor. Oh, okay. Ugh. Damn, fortunately I missed all that. Happens. Now just be patient. Yeah, let's wait for the break. We're either gonna test above and it's gonna fail buys. You're gonna see like absorption on the top for sure, or you're gonna see a breakout of this value low and you're gonna see price rip lower. Yeah, this is a typical opening range breakout. Let me have that. This is the opening range high. We literally tried to sell it. It immediately failed. If you were ballsy, you could have even gone along here and you would have had an insane move. And then I would have trailed it. So like, let's say we could go here. You'd wait for the pullback. You trail underneath here. Go up here. Wait for the pullback. You close above here. You go below here now. Wait for the pullback. Close above here. You would go here now. You'd wait for the failed sell attempts. And then we'd keep going up. Wait for the failed sell attempts. Failed sells. You go up. I would move above here. And then I'll probably close above here. So top of the opening range, bottom. Low volume notes, so. What's up, chat? Good morning, good morning. My computer was down, had a software issue, and I had to reset my whole PC, so I lost all my apps, data, download everything, and I just finally got everything back up online. I was up at 6:15 just dealing with all this, so yeah, this is a perfect long move. You can see this is the top of the 15-minute range. I'll just remove this for now because I'll redraw it a little bit, but typical breakout, top of the 15-minute range. You have all this area up here where they're trying to buy. Oh, my headset's low. And it failed. So they try to buy, they're failing, and then you see absorption. The sellers try to sell again, you see absorption, and you see you could have waited for the price to come back up here, and then took a stop loss here. Just put your stop loss below and let it rip. It's a typical breakout because you'd wait till it gets back up. You can even wait till it got here. And then you could have put your stop here. Is there an echo on mic? Oh no. Let me disconnect from here. There's an echo on my mic, so mic and okay, I see. There you go. Now it should be better, right? Or let me check again. All right. Is that better now? Let me mute that. Gone now. Okay. It was picking up two different mics, I believe, on the settings. So, yeah. We had the nice breakout. So like aggressive selling coming down, failing. Aggressive selling again, failing. Aggressive selling again, couldn't close. Aggressive buying, yeah, they followed through. So the breakout, you could have gone right above here. You could have like just you could have put a buy stop order here as soon as we closed above here, stop below here, and then I would close on a whole number. 2,700 is a good area to. So right now, what we're looking at, we're in accumulation. I want to see it break this area. I'm not going to take the first trade, but I want to see it break this area right here. Either break this area, retest short down to POC, or we come all the way down, test low volume node here. Let me show you low volume node. So we go from high, where we made this long move, up to top of the range, because we haven't broken really. Look at the profile, low volume node. And this would be the exact area where you would mark for a possible long. That'd be your long entry. Hey, Annie. So those are two possible plays. Definitely you want to go long. I mean, and the reason being is you look at let's look at the profile chart here. Oh gosh, it's a mess. I forgot I even set this up because my shit's all messed up. Okay, look at the profile chart. And this could be a reverse point. So you look at values, we constantly push above value, go higher. This is value low, high, value push higher. This is the TPO charts, by the way. Right here, we close at the top of the value, then we push higher again above value, push higher again above value. Value ends up pushing higher again, and it stays. It kind of comes to the value low. Today, value pushed higher. So if we close above like this, then we're probably going to expect bullish days. But where we're at right now, possibly some pullback too. We hit a big number, and I think with how the banks are looking at it right now is with the Iran war, there is really no end to it yet. The agreement's still really not happening. So yeah, there's really is. It's just kind of up in the air. So no one's gonna really, unless there's some agreements coming out, which I haven't seen. I got to get a good news ticker because that's one thing I need to put on maybe on the side of our screen is like a news ticker that we can kind of gauge news off of. It helps a lot. Let's just do this. Let's go to .com. this is like the old Google. News ticker for trading. I know this one's pretty good. Don't want to pay. Let's see. Let's go to latest news. Need to know. Let's see what we got. Okay, well, I gotta find out a good news ticker. I'll find one. Well, okay, so let's see what happens here. This is an important area. You have, let me just mark this out. I just like to mark these things out. You have POC. Oop. I always mark that purple. I like my POC purple. Then you have value area high. So if we test, so what happened is, look at this. We came back up, tried to break, we tested. Couldn't break, tested again, the value area high, couldn't break. Testing again. We'll see if sellers start to trigger some shorts here. Because we could see selling aggression picking up here. Possibly coming down to low volume node or POC possibly, if we really get a pullback. So that's for this accumulation phase or compression, whatever you want to call it. We failed to break the value high. I don't know how many times. So price is becoming more and more expensive, and they're failing to push higher. So that's something we got to take into account. That's number one thing I'm looking at. I'm not stuck to any sort of bias at this point, even though we are going up. So yeah, I have a long bias. It's the favorable condition. This, okay. So, like I said, possible play. We break out of the, we'd have to come down and break here. Break out of the accumulation. And then retest this value low. And then come to POC. So, play number one of the plays, that's short play. That's the only way we're taking a short. So you go from here to where this bottom is. And then you say from here to here. This would realistically have to close below, so it'd be something like this possibly. And it'd be that would enter our long if we look at price action, what's going to happen here and how price reacts. And then you would get this pull into the value area low, and then you would get this drop right here. That's short play. That's if price action and delta and everything lines up and we're starting to see aggressive selling and following through and they're winning the battle, then it might be a good possible way to take a short here. You could probably even short this here and take a small scalp here. But again, very risky. I wouldn't recommend doing it at all. And then for the long play, come down to the low volume node. We see aggressive buyers buying up and sellers get absorbed. And then you could follow this all the way back up to point of control here. So this could be 70, 80 point move easily back up to this point of control. Yeah, sellers running battle right now. You can see it. Buyers try to push. They try to push. Failed. Sellers following through. So 2 possible plays. We gotta wait for those. Look at this delta though, from this Swing all these buyers here are going to start getting trapped. People that are aggressively buying, they're trapped. They're trapped. They're trapped. So once they start closing here, you're going to see a strong reaction effect of sellers jumping in. Boom, falling down. That's probably what's going to happen, especially since we're filling. Or you're going to see a nice breakout. You're going to see a close above, or you're going to see an even bigger play. There's only one other possible short setup that could happen, and this would be, again, risky. I wouldn't take it most likely unless it was very clear there's absorption. Like we come up, we try to aggressively buy, we get a bunch of big bubbles, and the price just pulls back. And all these bubbles get trapped again, and they short. But right now, yeah, you can see it. Sellers are winning the battle for the most part. At least in this accumulation. For the day, they're getting wrecked, but yeah, for right now, good hands. But again, I would be done by today, and these setups might not even happen. It's possible it could happen, but this would be the long opportunity here. Yeah, the 15-minute range, they try to break. But here's where kind of where it closed. Diddle diddle diddle. Sell. Aggressive sells. I can remove this because I really already know where I want to take a trade. In between this area right here. 4 longs. Yeah, you can see, look at this. Aggressive sell. Look at this. They sold heavy at the bottom. What did price do? We closed above here. Like I said, if you wanted to be risky and you would have no confirmation, just if you're looking at purely absorption, you could have placed a long here and easily targeted like the top of the 15-minute range. Or if you really wanted to be ballsy, you could even go up to the 27,000 mark, like I said, that we ended up crushing right there. Boom. That would be the play of the day right there. If you're able to spot that, and that's like a clean, this is about as clean as it gets. If you're to spot this, I possibly would have taken it. You look at this, we closed sellers, like that's such a beautiful retracement off the low of the 15-minute range. You had all these sellers trapped here, trapped, and they got trapped here, and then you saw the actual squeeze happen where sellers had to forcefully close the positions, and then there was no sellers present. And then you guys saw buyers trapped here. They're all trapped in this range. So whether they continue, price will tell. Like I said, it's not worth trading any of this little mess right here. This is shitty. I would not trade any of this right here. This is garbage right now. I may have just missed the best opportunities for today, so it happens. Computer problems. So I almost need a backup PC. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Man, sometimes I can't stand just sitting. Oh gosh, this is. This is the type of thing. That's why I like trading in the morning, early morning, because there's action. You get to 9:30, 10:30, 11:30, it just starts to get volume. I wouldn't say it dries up, but yeah, just price tends to sit in a range. And looking at the volume profile, if you just take a gander at the volume profile again, it's just kind of interesting because you get these where the volume's on top. That's where you start to see buyers take control, but the buyers take control. Price is higher, volume's still higher, volume's still higher. But look at this. As of right now, there's a huge amount of volume at the bottom of this chart. So this could be a good pullback here tomorrow. Possibly. Okay. This is all hearsay. Looking at profile charts and so forth. So yeah, bummer I missed all that. I knew I was. By the time I had to get everything down, I'm screwed. Unfortunately. Now buyers have their foot in the gas again. We're bouncing off the value area low again. I want to join your Discord, but the link in Discord, the link says it's invalid link. Huh. I've had people join from there quite a bit. Yeah, people join from my link. That is weird. Let me see if I can drop here. Well, let me see if I can drop a link in the chat. I should be able to do that right now. Let's pull out the charts. Let's see. All right, let me see if this works. I'll drop in the chat. Check that check. See if that one works. Okay, wow. Let's see how this closes. Looks like you have buyers trapped here again. So what we'll do is we'll put a short stop order here. I'm gonna take this little, we had a big aggressive sells. They are trying to protect this area. So one thing that you do notice that I am starting to realize is as we approach the high, CVD has been gradually getting weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker. So that's one thing to take into account. And what we could do is you put our stop loss. Oh. Let me erase all of these because we don't need any of these. It's just gonna get in the way. So if it closes back below here, we'll take a short. Stop loss can go like right above here, right above where short sellers. That was really aggressive though. Go 2-1 in there. We might close a little earlier if it ends up bouncing. Let's see if it gets hit. If buyers recover here, then this is where they're trying to recover. If this starts to fall, then we'll probably be okay, and then it'll gain some steam as we come below here. Then there will be some aggression here, whether the sellers absorb or not. We'll see. Looks like we'll get hit. We'll just go for a simple 2 to 1. We'll just put it above here. 3 to 35. So that's what 6. 2 to 1 is 6. 670. I think this is the biggest sell order we've seen at the top, which is very interesting. So we can put it below here. Manage our risk here. Small. We'll go 600. 1 to 2. Do a simple 1 to 2. And if it doesn't get hit, we lose $300. And if it does, then. But we're starting to see sellers gain control. Sellers starting to close lower. And they might take us out here. CBD is getting lower, and we're breaking the value area low. So this, like I said, a more riskier setup. Okay, thank you, Chuck. I'll definitely check in on that. So I should have been a little more patient. I should have placed it here because this is really where sellers got stopped, as they try to sell and they got absorbed. I still don't think this is a bad area, and I'll be more than, like I said, I'll be happy just taking a small risk here with $300. And if I hit it, it'll be $600, and it won't be a bad day. And my stop's about to get triggered, so. And buyers could come up and cover themselves above here again. But if I want to be wrong, I want to be wrong quick. I want to be wrong here. Because if sellers can't hold this area here, then I want to be out of the trade immediately. And I'm okay with taking a stop loss there. It literally wicked me and then went the other way. So that's part of it. So if I'm wrong, I want to be wrong quick. Because some people would have their stop loss above here, or whatever it may be. So either this is going to come back down, test here, and we're going to see some more aggressive selling, or this is going to break through here and go all the way back up here, and then we're going to go all the way back to the high and test it one more time. And then we'll have to wait again, and I'll be down whatever for so far $300 if that's the case. But what you could have waited for is, okay, so we push back up. You could have put your sell stop here at this point, so you wouldn't be in drawdown like I am. Be sweating. I'm just kidding. You just got to go into the trade knowing that you're just playing probabilities, and there's just going to be days where you lose. It's all a probabilities game. We're at the value area low, so whether sellers engage here or not, we'll see. Yeah, if they don't cover this position here, this other seller that came in, yeah, this is going to most likely. I don't like that it's above the protection zone, which is not good. This is where buyers tend to buy. Yep. And this is where they're going to go up. So I'll take the stop loss there. That's fine. I'm just going to adjust something real quick. That was a little bit of my fault. I should have kept my short here, because this is where sellers were really right below here when we actually fell. So I just want to plot something out real quick. No, that's not it. Plot settings. That is. Yeah, that is. Okay, it won't plot. Oh well. I want to see what the. I gotta figure out how to get the. Go back in. I gotta mess the settings. We'll be able to recover most of this right here if it starts to fall. But right now, sellers are getting destroyed. Now we wait again. I thought we were gonna see some potential move here because we saw sellers trying to get aggressive and there's follow through. But again, we're in a bullish day, so I might just wait for the low volume node to get hit and take a long. Or I might scalp something here to like I said here, if we start to see some closure below this. Another big selling aggressive order. So they are getting aggressive here. We'll see if they get absorbed. If this closes below, then I really want to figure that out. That's bothering me. There it is. I think that's it. There it is. I like to see that sometimes. I like to see the numbers. I'm going to take a small scalp. I'm going to try to recover this right here. We're starting to see aggressive sellers. We'll cover ourselves above here. Right above there. CBD starting to drop, so once we close here, we can move it to break even. Once we close here, where sellers are actually engaging. Nope. Bad on me. I already thought we were gonna see some follow through again. No, I'm diddling in the middle. Okay. It's a battling protection area. Down 480. It's not bad. I will recover this. Oh, these headphones on. So buyers having a little bit of troubles here. They're starting to fail as we're trying to push higher. I'll go for a small win here again. We'll try to do a small win. That's where they failed. They keep testing the value or low, so this is a good sign. They keep on getting absorbed, but they are testing it, so it's going to break. We need to go down one more time. And we got to see. We got to see sellers follow through here. If they start to follow through here, I'm solid. This is where I can move my stop to break even. You're just seeing buyers getting absorbed again. So if I were you, I wouldn't be taking shorts until you got to here. Wow, we're seeing some aggression here. So we'll see how this candle closes. A little bit of a failed attempt here. We can start to move our stop here once we got to see it close below here. We're going to wait. But you are seeing aggression from the sellers, so they're going to go for this area here because more of these buyers are going to be trapped again, and they're going to have to start covering themselves below here. Then you'll see a squeeze happen probably below all the way down to this area. If we see it come down and squeeze this area here. Yeah, sellers are jumping on it for sure. There we go. We're getting more aggression. I can move my stop here to break even here pretty soon. Just want to see how this candle closes. Yep. So now would be a good point to move us to break even. We'll go for $700. Where do you see sellers engaging? The sell bubbles here. So they're engaging here. We try to come down, buyers try to buy this, they sold again. Sellers followed through. Now we're having aggressive buying at the bottom. This could bounce. I'd rather just put my stop and break even at this point, because if this doesn't follow through where all these sellers are at and we don't close below here, then you're going to see buyers jump in again. If we do see it close below here, you're going to see a squeeze. You're going to see this price move all the way down back into the bottom of this range. So, but you see the sellers engaging with the bubbles and you see price action with it. So buyers failed here. You can see stopped here. I went short here because I knew buyers, they held up here. And I should have got a better entry. It should have been more like up here as soon as you've seen this. But I wanted to wait. I wanted to see if it pulled in. And once it pulled in, that's when I went. but buyers could buy here. You know, we're in a buying market right now, and we're at the value area low, so we're seeing a bunch of aggression at the value area low. So sellers are getting more and more aggressive, but look at buyers buying. You want to see this fail here now. If this gets absorbed and this has a wick and it comes down to like here, then I'll probably hit take profit. But no, look at this, pushing. Buyers are pushing again. So break even there. We'll call it good. You could take a buy order here. But I would not want to take a buy order yet until you see this close above here. Push above here at least. And then for a sell order, which I think is going to happen, this closes below here. We'll see how this candle closes. If it starts to close and buyers fail again up here, you could take a sell market order wherever price closes. So you just want to wait. And this is getting nasty. This type of stuff people are complaining about trading. So we came back to the point of control, right? Right here, point of control. We're failing it again. So possible sell coming in again. Take a sell order here. Take profit down here. Take a stop loss if it goes above here. We're after POC. Again, risky right here. Again, could play off very nicely, but risky. Yep, buyers buying again. Don't want to be involved in this now. Now we're at the value area high. We tested that. So if they push above here, it's going to be all buys, which would be the smart way to go. I could have taken a long here off the value area low, but I thought we are going to get a nice little break. Yeah, I'm going to be in trouble. I'm getting wrecked right now. So we have the value high here. CVD's pushing up, so bad trade. Should have kept it here. Never closed below there. Buyers just re-engaged. Mm. Oh, I'm bummed I missed the whole morning. Would have been a fantastic day. Ugh. I made some bad trades. Came right here where they're trying to buy again. See if it's successful. Let's take one order here. Let's do a small risk to reward. Same for buyer low. There's a gap there. That usually means it's going to sell further. Gap between them where the body opened up. There's a gap there, so sellers were there. Very small stop loss here. I was anticipating a nice pullback, so at least into possibly the buyer low. But we might see an expansion move up again. Yeah, it's not looking good. Yeah, I'm going to stop that again. Oh, shorts. Out the value high. I thought it was going to be a nice pullback, but you could see sellers engaging, but yeah, it did fail. Failed quick, though. All right, let's see what happens to the high. We're obviously pushing. Could have gone long. Obviously pushing though. Look at that big order. This could go ripping up. Yep, I should have taken that long. Yep, bunch of buy orders. Jesus. Yeah, that was, you could have taken one right here. Even right there. Huge amount of buying coming in. Let's see if I can recover any of this, man. I just need one solid trade. I'll be cut my risk back down to half. Let's see what we do here. All these sellers had to cover their positions. They just squeezed them. So buyers losing a little bit up here. These sellers, they're actually holding this area right here, right where that purple line is. I don't think they'll hold for much longer. We'll see if it can't break this, then you might have sellers trapped, or buyers trapped, sorry, up here at the top. But buyers just have their foot in the gas. They're just pushing it higher. Just take a small one right here. Take profit with the buyer high. Stop loss will go up here. Then we could move. We can move there. Now we can start trailing it. If this starts to come down to the value high, I'll get out with 570. I'll recover half my loss if it does. I'm break even at this point. Buyers are trapped up here, so So failed selling. The reason I moved my stop early is just this could do this and this just rip straight up, and I don't want to be in this trade. I'd rather protect myself early if it's gonna do that. Because they're probably gonna go up and try to test these, see if buyers can hold this area right here. This is the key area. Right here, where all the selling happened and the buying. Dang. Sellers are really putting their foot down. Stop us right above here. $480. It's right there. This is there where they're buying. If they can't buy from there, then it's gonna have to come to the value area high. Should be right here. The point of control will be the defense area right here. Has to close below here. I'll be in good shape. If not, I might just exit. clean absorption down there. Stop. I might be done here. I'm not doing well. This is I'm gonna trade late in the day. So you're getting smacked again? I haven't won one single trade. This is crazy. I'll be getting smacked. So I was getting beat again. Could go even up to here. This is where the 15-minute algorithm that triggers on the opening range. That could be where it goes. Take a long bummer. Finally seeing some absorption again on the sellers now. Sellers finally absorbing all the buyers up here again. We'll see if this even comes into anything. My day's shot. Okay, we should see me recover some of this at least. I'll take some profit out here at some point once it gets down to maybe even the 010. We'll put it there. There we are. Possibly down the point of control. Again, absorption. Buyers are absorbing them down below. That's not a good sign. Yep, not a good sign. You can see this seller got absorbed. Now they're going to force him to recover again. And I'll probably break even one more time. Yep. This area right here is where sellers have control. Small control. Make breakfast. I just might be done for the day. It's one of those days where I just not in the right mindset. Started off late. Yeah, just not good. I took a way bigger bunch of small stop losses that I shouldn't have probably taken. Big aggressive sell order. If this hits, I'll be fine. I'll pretty much recover everything, and then I might just call it a day. We'll see. If this starts to tumble, this could tumble. My ear. They're just trying to crawl in my ear. More aggressive selling. So we're starting to see it here. Starting to see sellers jump in more here. I think they're seeing that buying is getting a little bit weaker. You can see the delta. So this could be a failed buying attempt, possibly. I would like to move my stop when we test this, because once we test this, we should see more aggressive selling if it's actually gonna fall through. If not, we can reverse our position and go long. But CBD is coming down now. We're gonna move to break even now. I'm finding it tough. Tough day with all the levels, all the tweets and peace talk. I'm finding it tough to be settled and accept relative chillness and range day. I feel like I'm on edge, just waiting for that next tweet to blow everything up again. Bad wording on my part. Nah, yeah, that's it. This has been definitely a tougher market. It hasn't been that bad. There's just been, like you said, those tweets is really. It's just the volatility's all over the place. There's like no uncertainty. There's when you have like a direction and an edge, then you're good. Um, yeah, it's been a tough day for me. If I would have caught the morning, I would have been out of this whole mess. I mean, even though I was a good long in the beginning, but yeah, I get you, Chuck. This was not my best trading right now, but we're all human. We make mistakes as long as we can, um, not let those things spiral out of control. If I take this, if I take another loss, then I'll call it a day. I've already taken a pretty big hit on this account. I want to see it come back into balance. So we're out of balance right now. We pulled above the high. I want to see it pull back into balance. That would be my ideal. Where my take profit is, we pull back into balance, and then we see where price goes. But you could have been taking long. I should have taken a long. I got stuck, and then I kept on trying to take fading little shorts, and this is what happens. The buyers were accumulating, and then they accumulated near the value low, so they took it higher. So they're going to try to find balance up here, most likely. hopefully it goes on to test this 25 area and then down here, and then we can go a little bit lower. But and I might exit here. This might not be a bad exit. I can recover, like I said, it's one good trade, recover half my profits. That's all it takes when you have small risk. You could take 3, 4 stop losses and then on one trade recover most of it. It's when you have these gigantic stop losses they're really hard to claw back from. But buyers are relentless today. You're starting to see some selling, but it's just not the move I would expect, where buyers just come back up, and this is definitely a buying day. We should see it. If it doesn't test 25, then it's just going to go right back up. I'm going to test the high again at 50. I want to see it fall just like right here, and then I want to see aggression. I want to see aggressive sellers step in again and push this even lower. Because we're at all-time highs. This is difficult to trade because there really is no levels here. At the all-time highs, there's nothing to match. Yep, looks like sellers are gonna fail again. And here we go, another break even. Yep, I knew that was coming. We didn't even fail to test it, so buyers are strong. Let's see what happens when we get to the high. This is difficult. It's just... longs are easy to take because they're following through. So, but we're at such big all-time highs that this could go up to here. Yeah. Let's draw this to this so we get an idea. This is technically value high, and technically point of control. So we can see bounce, 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 sell, or push higher. So aggressive buying again. We'll see how this follows through here. If this succeeds, then we'll place. on a standard deviation. Buyers are failing here. Big bubble. Couldn't even close above it. That means there's a wall of sell limit orders, a parked bus order here, and now you're seeing the reaction from it. You can see from this candle. Failed buy attempt to push it higher. Trapped buyers. You'll see aggression here from sellers. We get down to the 25 mark. I almost took the trade in the same place. Once we see aggressive sellers here, and if we see follow through, I could exit here, or I could possibly exit here or here. There's about 3 different levels I could take some profit. I'm just looking to recover some of my losses. If we don't see aggression here, then this is going to be probably a false breakout. Yep, there it is. Then what we could do, if this closes below, I can move my stop above here. We'll lock in, I don't know, $300 at least. But we're probably going to pull back to balance. Market became too expensive, and sellers started to jump in, so we need this to close below here, and that is not good. All right. Okay. Good to know. Some shit going on. Probably some tweets. And we could put wow, it's like if this candle fails, we'll put a sell order underneath here. That thing just wicked out of nowhere. We're gonna put oh my god, yeah. Jesus, I don't even know about this. This is kind of scaring me. I should not be trading this. Yeah, I should not be trading this. This might be it for me. Yeah, buyers stepped right back in. They're gonna push it higher. Unless it fails up here, but there it is. It's just gonna hit my stop. This is why I don't trade later in the day. How often do I stream? I usually try to stream every day, Monday through Friday, but some days I just don't have the time. I'm taking a quick trade and I'm dumb, and there's nothing really to stream. Um, but I try to do it at least Monday through Friday. I'm pretty consistent with it. At least 3 to 4 times a week, at the minimum. Yeah, I'm gonna get stopped out. There's no way this is not going, unless it's just like pure luck of the gods, and this just falls here, which it could. But all these, like I said, all the tweets, it's just, yeah. At least in the morning, it's a little more. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, that's it for me. I've already taken a beating. I usually start Chuck at 6:30 in the morning. Yeah. Try to go every morning at 6:30. Sometimes 6:20, 6:15 before market opens. We market the levels, do everything, and then we kind of make it just go with whatever trades we're gonna go with in the morning. So, yeah, I'm gonna call it there. I took an absolute beating today, so missed the morning, and then try to trade against the trend. Two big mistakes. So, all right, guys, that's it for me. I took the L today, and that's totally fine. We'll come back tomorrow. I got everything at least booted back up, so that's the good thing. Yeah, Chuck, it was a tough day. The morning was not tough. The morning's what I missed. I've been doing it for about 3 years. I'm still learning. But I have figured out, just back testing for me has been the most crucial role that I have played in identifying certain areas. Yeah, this is rough. This is not it. This is not what I want to see. Look at all these. We're stuck in our. It's accumulating. Some big move's gonna happen. Nah, dude, I'm not trying to promote anything. Honestly, like, there's no reason for me to. I try to do this for free, just to expose, nah, not promote. I guess promote awareness of order flow just within itself, and how useful it can be with your trading. Yeah, I think that's maybe one more trade. One more trade. I want to see when it does this high. I want to see if we can close this high. Oh, should have taken a short there. Let's see what happens. I'm already in the red. Horribly. Today was a snotty day. Absorption up here. Yeah, that was a nice play right there. Oh yeah, nah, I'm good. I'm not all into that. Use the code bullshit. Like, you can make some money off that, but I really could care less. I'm just focused on trading. That's least of my worries. I know people are trying to make money off that and fund their trading lifestyle, but if you can't learn with your own money and doing your own thing, then probably shouldn't be trading. It's a long path. It really is. I've had so many downs and so many ups and um, days where I've lost shit tons of money and days where I've won big money. So one of my crazy days was it was like I don't know how long back it was, but I won like $3,000 or $4,000, and the next day I lost $3,000. So yeah, it just happens. It's just part of. I only trade prop firm, so that was all prop firm. I used to do a live account, but when I very first started, I put 5,000. I blew it all. So I kind of strayed away from that until I was good enough to where I can keep something consistent. Um, yeah, I'm not here for the bullshit. Like I'm just here to try to um, document my path, and you guys can see the honest truth of the ups and downs you go through, the mistakes you make, and the wins you have. So it's as real as it gets. If you can't stream live, then you're probably bullshitting. I mean, they're those guys if they can't stream live and show you their live trades, and they're probably bullshitting. And that was a good trade. That's going to be the move right here. This right here is going to be the move down, unless you don't get some tweet. Yeah. So I mean, other than that, it's pretty. Yeah, pretty straightforward. All right, guys. I'm hopping off. I'll catch y'all later.